Hello yo, I just want to get, so this is 17th anniversary of my channel. I've been checking up to date with it for a long time. I literally started counting. I used to get Sasuke pictures, Shikamaru, this and that. I'm waiting for it to go from 16 to 17. Here you go. I'm gonna be completely and brutally honest. That what did you get after those 17 years? 439 subs. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with this video because Chris still scolds me about not having a job and work. Told you how the YouTube algorithm changed over time to where you can't get away with making fan-made videos, or you have to pay for it on the level of graphic design in order to do it. Can't get some perspective for this video. That's what happened was ever since I was 29 etc, ever since I've been back to the house, I see my fans every single day walking. I'm American. Every time I work out, I play at fitness. But did you waste those 17 years? What happened over time is I started making ugly uploads that are based off those specific. This was my criticism. He not my friend. I messaged from D Pride earlier. I also saw Timothy Delgado a couple of times on the street. That's when I was playing basketball. The thing I learned from Chris is that I learned that sometimes a celebrity has this crime go hand in hand. This is actual YouTube channel. Unlike me being smart, versus my sex appeal. Daily read how much they got in trouble side by side with themselves like they're a little kid. Bought concrete to be D Pride. You shit on Spotify. Know somebody got in your ass like your mom. Put your legs Sarah when you're a grown ass man. Plus I learned that when you actually make videos, instead specific you get in the way of autistic struggle. Therefore they call you out at the insane asylum. It's what you're forgetting with your egg hegatry. Currently I recognize that if you do things in 2 layers, cut off the A and B's and the armpits, Michael literally learn how to draw manga professionally because how you learn how to draw. Screw guidelines. If you take extra guidelines unlike Ernst who drew nons, erase, have more tolerance than another nerd, you're a Mandela. There's a lot of perspectives for these videos. Where did you get these 17 years from? So you have to look at it this way. It's also 17 years concrete on Earth, this world. I said that shit to Jesse. Need to figure out something, especially a TV channel, the Disney Channel. Message is clear. You have all these kids like, Alvin and Aladdin. Nobody's putting emphasis on them due to a one-tone society. I called out disrespect like, yo, he did this and that on Primo TV. Look at what he's doing with his mom. All those 17 years wasted? Were you not the reincarnation of one guy you looked up to on YouTube? Did you not have the whole Funimation reality show with Star Shimmer and Christopher Sabat? If I told you those were just materials to get me 5150 because I haven't had one in over 5 years. What you do with that opportunity, you put your music on the radio. So a lot has happened over those years in actuality. If you want to, go down that route, filled with no editing, think about it this way. Let's get this straight. This video in actuality is about the time I had problems with my grandma lately where I told her I had 12 cents on my YouTube channel. So you compare it to real money from getting a job, we had to recognize it is amazing. You actually got money at all. From YouTube, 12 cents in general. I know a full story of Andre supposedly, people like Jamal, hacking your channel to this day. You're not being able to stand up for yourself. The cruel reality is they're living much worse. What you said to Jesse in that A&B goes hand in hand 17 years ago. It's also Daniela and the whole thing we did after Group Home after 17. Those 17s literally make little crazy videos. I've been warning you about, trying to trick me, literally not giving me money up front, literally my channel. This whole charade has been reaching double digits. So I did have the greatest hit on the radio before. Did I accomplish? Yes and no. What they have is I have a disc verse like Timothy Delgado shit without actually doing my crime. This cops too made the pool principle because just say you're thinking what I'm thinking. Nobody is mature. So I'm already telling you, the Mo Peters trip is coming up for every 4th of July and nothing's going to change. I'm already literally planned for a trip at the end of the year. What I see is I know the inside of the lesbian cops not being able to even get my passport. And that this is a street smart operation, but also because I have Asperger's. It's a requirement to put the whole world back together. However, an interesting story came along that they were taking the for ransom or to manipulate it with a gang. They know damn well I have a build, something I already went through, something you don't understand through this video. But here's the full story. I started by telling my stories online. When I was in 8th grade, how I was 8th grade champion. Being a guy in a dance battle named Geo. It was kind of corny at first, but on YouTube I said the stories were editing. And what happened was I had DBZ time on literally. I barely passed in 8th grade and freshman I became the same level as a Super Saiyan. There's a new dance called Tuck and I was one of the best tuckers in school because I was top 10. 3 to be honest. And what happened was ever since then I got outshined by this guy named Isaiah that started skateboarding. I put that story on YouTube, but I put emphasis on it with a movie that had to revolve around my anime. Way beyond that, I achieved grand statements. I achieved, the rank of Temptation, a black man who's mid-tier in America. And Asagiri again, a black and white character that represents Japanese anime. Against a single mother, I did a whole lot. It was recorded, but something changed. Nothing brought down to Jesse just watching videos by itself. As to how selfish and how racist lesbian cops are, or cops are in general. It happened externally, as I was going to say earlier this morning. Not only did I dance with girls on top of Poker Face, to be a model used to cosplay as anime characters, and my characters were specifically black. I had a girlfriend named Jordan who was like Sex in the City, that was, an alternate timeline from my Auntie Lisa. It was the original timeline, but they're complaining. So there's this time called cringe, how you absorb where everything was this, and that, to make sure I didn't have a girlfriend. Cartoon Network changed dramatically, and then I had to deal with major criticism from society, like not going to school, this is that, when the real reality of it is we were under a terrorist attack. And the big of this video is that you want to have a lot of perspective, going out in this world. You want to have a close perspective when it comes to gang members and enemies. So directly what happened after 8th grade literally was, I watched this guy online called Timothy Delgado, aka Traffic. He became my main inspiration literally to make subs on YouTube. Now, freshman year, there was a battle with a guy named Kevin Tran. Kevin Tran barely beat me on top, but he was coming up on being the most popular guy in school. But then I learned that he cheated. He sold weed. Did a lot in order to throw my reputation in that battle. So ever since then, I made a Filipino community once I got my own, company at Funimation. Revolved around playing basketball, watching anime, athletically extending, and instead of Gale position right now, the Filipino community just got old because I recognized that they have parents. Just like Jessie had parents, I just recognized that her uncle didn't want anybody getting her pants, while I use the same strategy. I don't fuck with gang members with society with no emphasis. Whereas characters are connected to a mob boss strategy. I want my daughter to be clean, just like everybody's daughter is clean. Yeah, he was flipping that money, he's gotta let it go because he recognizes that I'm responsible. Well, I try to tell these people every single day. I did live, a whole timeline where my mom and everybody was in the studio. Living life to DBZ every day, living with Jess's there when Rada was my wife, confirmed. Story behind the Rada was seized by spanking in junior high. I got her because I got into writing, because if I didn't get into writing, I would die. I told multiple people on the channel that, I was in 4, and when you're in 4, you die because things like sports, gangs, to break 4 down. The point you have to do more to survive. It happened after grabbing over 300 girls at a convention. I chose the Rada for my wife as writing. Even the orange character named Nokia in my anime. Now let's get down to the negatives of the video. I love the negatives for this video. That's what Chris did as an older brother with an artistic mind is composed and compromising. He added agility. He said, fuck no, fuck that. Smart enough to do this, then I demand you do that. Didn't play no games. What happened? Why did sugarcoat everything? I told you everything at once? No, Croc 30. Oh, fucking K did. You know how everybody has sexually harassed somebody at Aritza? Well, I could make a robot chicken video that was hella funny. Literally counts to a stripper, waving his hands and hair hella robotically. Chris and me were young and Lily told him I wanted to be an animator hella precise. 17 is there for a reason. Now let's get on to ARL. ARL was a stepping stone in my life. I became a Kenai conundrum because they kept asking my dream of, being evident, but never, map a social signal or physical ability. It happened over time as I recognized that their reverse psychology all around how me and Sabo's battle was on the outside. The outside of me and Sabo's battle really was the definition of the ARL. Good flow, good punchlines, everything defined for season 2, but nobody wanted to say it. Yes, this video is about the perspective of Lily, and Blackboard chose a character like Sasuke instead of hiding behind Miriam or embodied him. And I've been breaking it down to you for the past 10 days. I saw Buddy we were passing around talking to our imaginary friends. As soon as you remove the filter in this world, rid of the imaginary friend, I killed you. That means literally as much excuses as you want to make for this world, when it's dank to make excuses. Oh, the dank is only about to point out the point, literally you have to survive if you're a gang member. Broke down, through and through if the old world is based off playing a video game. Plus details actually put in the game. Yes, that means mine, which AI is removed too, Daniela, break it down. Truth of the matter is,
faster.
You've got to stop! Your cousin is Death the Kid. Death, the guy that reaps souls, who somehow, inexplicably had a kid, is your uncle.
On my old man's side.
The King of Britannia is brothers with Death.
Yup.
It's official. This shit makes no sense at all.
That's nothing. You should have seen my mom's brother.
Don't worry, my bullets will heal you for negative damage.
Hello, my good sir. Are you satisfied with your current car insurance payments?
Our up family tree aside, I need to ask you a huge favor.
Nope. Fine.
It's not a big favor, really. I was just wondering
If you could stop killing people.
Ying!
Oh, don't you start that shit again!
Ying!
Stop.
Ying!
Listen!
Ying!
I'm not gonna play this game with you.
Oh my god!
What is it?
You're in my computer right now!
What?
Don't go messing up my very secure and personal operating system.
Oh, for the love of God. You own a Linux!
Ying!
Lelouch, listen to me. You've got to stop killing people.
What? Why?
Because Dad is tired of reaping all the souls you've killed. You've made everyone here work overtime just to keep up with you. You're killing them faster than we can put them away. I think we may have lost a few.
I'm in your show, f***ing it up.
Oh, please. This series was dead long before he got here.
No one ever knows what you're talking about.
Ying!
Seriously, you're killing all the wrong people.
So,
Yes.
what you're saying is...
Yes.
that I...
Yes.
should kill all the right people!
Yes.
Wait, no.
No.
Do it!
Doing it!
I really hate my life.
Back to Chris. Still have a mirage to this day that I saw the first episode of my anime, Nons, on the Oversteamer website when I was still struggling with Mr. Pleasure. What happened recently externally is Knott's Berry Farm was the place we visited my freshman year. The well was there. I revisited it a week and 2 days ago. Epic re-returning this world. What happened specifically at Knott's Berry Farm, I bought Lionel from the Peanuts. That's the doll at the convention. Listening to a reality show with Auntie Lisa, green eyes let the auntie fall. That's when my mom started agreeing with me. So I'm gonna cut the video short and say that rocking that thing I made way back in the day. Such a delicacy. It was there when I cried when North Storm 2 came out. The definitive reason why I won 8th grade, Lily, everybody including Ashley, the girl with Purple Hair was watching it. While with Davina, there when I was down, I cried. It was there when Jesse came back. It's a classic video. I learned a lot about life. When I started watching it high, it was overkill. The thing about that was a company being about it because what makes it different from, most AMVs when it comes to criticism on my channel. It didn't have, 100% good cutouts. What I mean by that is that the cutouts were based off of establishment. If they compare it to any other video at the time, it was a good cutout. Nevertheless, in all one reality, in that thing, that AMV were him and a whole bunch of girls, are still my girls to this day. Sleeping with him at every single slumber party comes the 11th anniversary of the videos on my channel. I also have the Almighty kid Akira, the daughter of Jacinia. The name is based off Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, the one I've been promoting to this day. By the way, the Lord blessed me. The Lord really blessed me because what ended up happening was that little kid I was playing basketball with, that was my son. Metaphorically speaking, Lily is one of those people who hack people on YouTube. The side gameplay all fucked up. But last place, editing and everything. Rewarded me along with the Chigiri. My favorite character from Blue Lock, Chigiri? The black guy who was desperate on YouTube. Had Les Chris Rowdy made an official video where an official camera and edit like a YouTube poop when I was younger and he blew himself up. God is on my side, and you know why. It was a full Chris Brown, full frequency, and my video still beat it.